This video is going to show you how to work with input and output files from Xcode. The program I have right here is the example from Lab 6 having to do with end of file location. This needs a file with some number of floating point values inside of it, and the number of values it reads and adds together is based on that file. Right now I have no files in the project. There are two different methods for you to find the files that you want to work with in the program. Basically, you have to either know the location where files are going to be read to and written, or you need to control that location. I'm going to try to control it first, and then I'll show you how to work with the location that is given by Xcode originally. So to control where files are read from and written to, go to the Product menu, choose Scheme, and then click Edit Scheme. You want to make sure that you're working with the run configuration. The working directory is what you want to change. The working directory is used by the running program. So go to Run, and then choose Options, and then look for Working Directory. You want to make sure that you choose a custom working directory. Click on the folder, and in general you should be in the project folder for your project. You might be one level behind that. Make sure you choose the project folder and you can find the CPP file for your project. Click Choose, and then click Close. You're now ready to start adding input files, and you'll also be able to find your output files fairly easily. So I'm going to add an input file. Right click or alternate click, choose New File. The file type that you want is Other and Empty. You can then type in the name for your file. The file name I need here is input.txt. And create. And I'll put in 3 numbers to start, 1, 2, and 3. Then I'll run the program. And I can take a look inside the file demo folder. Show it in Finder. That was an alternate click. Show in Finder. And go inside the file demo folder. I now have an output.txt. I can add this to Xcode by dragging and dropping. There's my input. There's my output. If I add one more thing to the input, like the number 5, and run the program again, I can see that the output has been modified. There are 4 items now, and the sum is higher, as is the average. So this is how you can control where the input and output file location is. If you want to work with the one provided by Xcode, then we're going to reset the location by going to Scheme and choosing Edit Scheme and removing our custom working directory. The problem with the custom working directory is that when you move your project folder, that working directory doesn't get updated. The one that Xcode gives you is system-wide, so you'll be able to find it regardless of how you move your folder around. It'll work better. All right, so what you need to do is you need to put a copy of your input file into the folder where your product is located. So right now, if I run the program, it'll say it can't open the input file successfully. The first time you run your program, a product will be made. So you need to do this at least once to be able to follow me. You need to go to the products folder and locate the file demo product, or locate your executable, your product. Right click on that and show it in the Finder. This is the place where it's expecting to find input and output files. So now you need to get your input file and drop it in the debug location. So I'll go to my input file, show that in the Finder, and I'm going to drag that to the file demo's executable area. I'm now ready to run the program, and this will produce an output file here for me. There's my output file. Now this output file is different than the output file over here. You notice that when I move my input file, it turned red. That means that the file that it thinks should be here is no longer there. And the output file will not have been updated to reflect changes. So I need to remove both of these, and I'm going to drag and drop the ones that are in my debug folder with my compiled product into Xcode so I can control them with Xcode. I don't want to copy them. Now I will adjust the input to add yet another item, something really big so you can see the difference. I can run the program and check the output. There's now a fifth item, the sum is really big, and the average is much bigger than before. And that's about it. That's all you need to do. Good luck with working with files in XCode.